Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming out tonight. It is Monday, March 27th. It's 7 p.m., and this is the Ordinance Committee meeting. I'm Laura Dancho, and I will be chairing the meeting tonight. The first order of business is the approval of the minutes of our November 28th, 2022 meeting. Is there a motion?
Second.
Motion by Councilor O'Brien, seconded by Councilor Pia. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Chair votes aye. Six. We have 6 of us here today. The next item on the agenda is item 3.1. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve item 3.1 and send it to the council with a favorable recommendation.
Mr. Pia has a motion on the table, on the floor, in order to approve item 3.1.
I'll second.
And it's seconded by Caitlin Shake. Any discussion? So this is an ordinance for to establish the Beautification Committee as the Beautification Commission, and it would run similar to our other commissions in that the positions are appointed by the mayor, and she will also appoint the chair. It has a small budget of $8,000. That's most likely going to continue in the same amount. Hearing no further questions, I will.
Madam Chairman,
Yes.
if I could make a suggestion, we probably, between now and the council, just looking at it quickly, should add some mechanism for appointing vacancies and things like that.
Exactly. So I actually thought of that too. Do we want to add something for if someone maybe resigns from the commission midterm and would be reappointed to fill the remaining of the expired term? And we can certainly add that language. Is there an amendment?
Yeah, we can do it tonight, or we can do it at the council level, whatever you prefer.
I might as well do it tonight. I'll make a motion to amend to add that specific language for filling vacancies per the town
For the
attorney's
beautification.
request.
Seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Motion carries 6 with 6. And we need to go back to the first motion to send this over to town council with a favorable recommendation. All in favor? As amended. All in favor? 6. Chair votes 6. Motion carries. Thank you, everyone. And item 3.2, an ordinance amending Chapter 55 of the Town Code of the Town of Stratford for nail salons. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to
Motion made.
approve
by
item
Mr.
3.2 and send to the council with a favorable recommendation.
And I'll second.
Seconded by Ms. Sutton. Thank you all. Any discussion?
Madam Chairman, can I make a couple of technical suggestions? It may be only me, but if you go to D1, which is the grading following inspection shall be as follows. The way it's set up there, to me, small a, small b, small c, look like subparagraphs. Maybe we should do something to show that the A, B, and C are actually letter grades.
So we should capitalize these, and these are the letter grades that will be posted as a capital letter.
I would capitalize those letter grades, I would put parentheses around those letter grades, and I would eliminate the parentheses around the textual language that appears next to it. And I think that would do the job. Also, I believe we should correct, there are a couple of just typographical errors that I saw. If you go up to subparagraph D, the third line where it says, "This certificate of inspection," should be a space between "of" and "inspection."
Do you have that Scribner's error?
If you go to D1C, where it talks about the presence of one or more 4 or 5-point violations, there should be a space there. And if you go to the last paragraph, where it says, "The nail salon owner has the right to appeal the inspection in accordance with section 55-7, in parentheses, that should be B, not 8. So it should be 55-7B,
And is that a capital B?
capital B, yes.
So all of those are noted. Do we need to make a motion for those amendments?
Yes, I think you should.
Okay, and I also wanted to point out, in addition to that, at the very last line, the $sign there's a space there. You got that? Thank you, thank you,
So, Madam Chair, I'll make a motion to amend per the corrections the town attorney stated.
thank you. And seconded by Ms. Sutton. And then this is also to clarify that under item 1, that A will be a capitalized A in parentheses, and the description will not be in parentheses, and that'll be the same for B and C as far as the grading system goes. Exactly. She's talking, I mean, quotations, quotation marks, the quotation. Yeah, those will be struck. Any further discussion? I think this is going to be great to have this grading system posted on our nail salons. I don't know if Andrea, I have a question real quick. Is there ever an opportunity where a nail salon with a low grade and several of these quote-unquote demerits would ever be closed?
It really depend on, I mean, there are opportunities, I won't say opportunities, occasions where it is closed because of the number of violations. Maybe Maureen Whalen could speak to specifically that.
Thanks, Maureen.
If they had any like high risk.
What was the question again? I heard.
So if a salon had a C, rating of a C with several of these 5 points in violations, would there ever be an instance where the salon would just be closed?
Yes.
They would be closed.
And we don't have Fs, so that's going to kind of, we're going to need to do a lot of education with people because people may see a C and think that it's okay, but really the way that all grading is done throughout the country, whether it be food establishments or for nail salons, is A, B, and C. So C is actually a failing score, so we will close them potentially.
Okay.
They have like raw sewage going through there, or no hot water. If they were
Okay.
actively, disregarding using certain instruments on people, that would cut them. Yeah.
So how many salons do we have?
We have
In 16,
16.
and this would be an inspection of all 16 each year?
Twice a year.
Twice a year? Okay.
So we're kind of hoping, once we kind of get this down and we're doing it second nature, our next plan is to then implement into food establishments.
Okay. Oh, that's not, to food establishments.
Actually, Madam Chair, quick.
Mr. Pia?
Hi, how are you? I know you guys got great feedback from the community, from the nail salon community on this. Are you guys going to, I would assume, do the same thing with the restaurants, right, and kind of pick their brains?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Absolutely.
That's all I asked. Thank you.
We will.
Mr. O'Brien?
And the letter grade will be posted on the window of these
Yes.
establishments?
That's our
And how
intent.
about staffing? You okay for doing that many inspections?
We do them now anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do roughly, with re-inspections, probably close to 40 inspections of just nail salons. Are you asking if we need more staff, though? Yes.
That'll be for the next ordinance meeting. We could discuss that during the budget workshop. So I appreciate it. Thank you all both for bringing this to the town, and I'm excited to move this forward.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any further questions? I think we can go ahead with a vote. So this is a vote on the amendments. All in favor for the amendments? Aye. That's 7-0, because we have Ms. Rice here now. And we're going to go back to the original motion of the amendment being forwarded to the town council with a favorable recommendation. All in favor? Aye. Chair votes aye. That's 7-0. Thank you very much, everyone. And that brings us to item 3.3, an ordinance establishing a fair rent commission. So this is something that's required by state statute,
Yes.
and I would like a motion, please. Would someone like to make that motion?
Chair,
Ms. Sutton?
I'd like to move item 3.3, an ordinance establishing a fair rent commission to the town council as per recommendation. Is that how we're wording it?
So this would be to move to town council with,
Favorable recommendation,
well, we don't know,
or
it could be favorable, yeah. You can just move it for discussion if you
move it
like.
for discussion. I'd like to move item 3.3, an ordinance establishing a fair rent commission to discussion,
To the town
to
council.
the town council for
For
discussion.
discussion.
Yeah.
Seconded by Mr. O'Brien. Any discussion on this?
Yes, I have a question. When we had the public forum, it was brought to our attention about the retaliation of landlords, and just want to know how we are going to address retaliation in this package. Just wondering about that. Maybe the attorney can answer this question.
Do you have a response on that? I mean, it's a state statute, and it should be described.
The language that's in this ordinance was taken basically from the state statute, so it's the same language. There is no provision in here for retaliation. However, it's being moved to the council, so at the council level, if if you have a suggestion or a proposed amendment, you can make it, and the council will consider it at that time.
Is that satisfactory?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Are there any other questions about this establishing of a fair rent commission? So I just wanted to let everyone here tonight, if you were intending on speaking on this tonight, the public hearing, we had a public hearing at the previous town council meeting, and it was referred to ordinance without a public hearing. However, when this goes back to the town council, which will be at our next meeting, which I believe is April 11th, I want to say, there will be another public forum where anyone in the community will be available or will be able to speak for or against this new establishment of the Fair Rent Commission. So any of your concerns can be addressed at that time. And as always, feel free to submit your written testimony if you'd like to any one of us, your dear counselor, or directly to Mr. Pia as chair of the town council. So there will be another opportunity. It's just that it was referred to this committee without a public hearing, so there is no public hearing tonight. I'm sorry if that was confusing to anyone, but in general, we would have a public hearing here on budget-related items, budget and bonding items. Is everyone clear on that? Okay. So apologies to anyone, but feel free to listen to our discussion tonight, and then you can just form your questions or your testimony for the town council meeting on April 11th. So if there's no further discussion on the Fair Rent Commission, we have the motion that has been seconded and discussion, so I believe we can move to a vote. All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion carries. Chair votes aye, so 7-0.
Madam Chair, motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn by Mr. Pia. Seconded by Mr. O'Brien. All in favor? Motion, the meeting is adjourned at 7:14 p.m. Thanks, everyone.